Welcome to Reparenting Daily, your free daily guide for inner child healing and repairing the relationship with yourself. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading, followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful binaural beats meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you can join us for this journey of self-expansion. If this is your first time, welcome. As a celebration of completing our first full year of Reparenting Daily episodes, I've opened a free membership tier for the Patreon community so that you can access more resources and join weekly Zoom calls for free. I understand there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I know that many people are really struggling. My hope with this is to encourage others to still pick up the work of reparenting and offer a free community where people can come together and do that. I'd also like to thank all of you who've been along on the journey so far. Just as a reminder, this is a free podcast, but you can support the project by purchasing the Reparenting Daily journal where you can follow us along all year. This 333-page journal gives you extra insight and resources for each week, and it also provides space for you to keep your notes. Another way to support the podcast is to purchase the Fairy Tales for Reparenting series, volumes 1 through 3. This collection organizes famous and obscure fairy tales from around the world into 3 phases of the hero's journey, beginning, middle, and end. And while you might think that fairy tales are for kids, I'd like to challenge you here. These stories contain profound truths and lessons carried down over millennia that we can use to integrate in our reparenting journey. It's a fun way to connect with your inner child. Each volume contains 10 fairy tales. They include an analysis section to help you dive deeper into the message, as well as journal prompts to reflect on the story's meaning for your own life. Lastly, you can also support the podcast by taking a paid Patreon subscription, purchasing the books on the website, or by donating to Buy Me a Coffee. You can find all this information on the supporter section of the website. And so with these announcements out of the way, let's dive into today's practice. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's reading is a poem entitled The Power of Keeping Promises to Yourself by Christiana Langdon. Just as a reminder, we are in March, and the theme for this month is establishing a self-trust, or building self-trust and confidence. We're in week 2, and the theme is keeping promises to yourself. The power of keeping promises to yourself. We think the big promises are the ones that matter, the ones we make to our kids, clients, our team. But what really matters are the little promises we make and then break to ourselves every day. I'll get up early tomorrow morning to work out. I'll ask for that promotion. I'm done with sugar. No more social media after 6 p.m. And then we don't. We tell ourselves it's not a big deal, that we'll start again on Monday, that we're tired or stressed or just don't feel like it, and that's fine. Life is life, but it becomes dangerous when it becomes habitual. Every time I broke a promise to myself, I told the universe I wasn't ready for it, my future, my highest potential, happiness, impact, success, ease, all of it. Instead, I told myself I'll start once things calm down. I'll focus on my health after I take care of everything else. Networking can wait. This deadline, client needs me now. Once they get what they needed, then I can focus on what I really want. I was sending the signal to my inner self and the entire planet that it was okay to put me on the back burner. I'd say to myself, I'm going to wake up early and work out. I'm going to take care of my body. Today, I'll take that first step to move that dream from journal into the real world. But I didn't follow through. Not because I didn't want it, but because I hadn't yet decided that I was the priority. And that being the priority wasn't selfish. This may seem small, one-off. They may seem small, one-off put-offs, but they're not. They are micro hits to my self-worth and integrity, and out of alignment with my future self. Broken promises have a double whammy, not just one, but a double whammy. Each time you say one thing and do another, you send yourself a mixed message, and it shows up in your results, or lack thereof. When you break a promise to yourself, you don't move forward, you don't achieve, you don't feel that amazing feeling that would make you better and was important to you, your life, and your business. When you break promises to yourself enough times, you stop believing you'll follow through. You stop trusting yourself with big dreams. You lose credibility with yourself. You lose confidence. Giving the flywheel of broken promises even more momentum than they had before. That's the first whammy. The second whammy, all of the thoughts of blame that come up after a broken promise, you should on yourself. I should have, I could have. Shoulding is another name. Shoulding, by another name, is blame. You blame yourself for not following through, which wreaks havoc on your self-esteem. The mind drama from getting distracted and letting that commitment get derailed takes up so much space. Here's what shifted everything for me. I started keeping my word to me. Small promises, kept daily. I became the safe space for my own desires. That is what I call a new way of being for high-performing leaders. And the moment I did, I started moving differently. My confidence didn't spike because I achieved a goal. It spiked because I trusted myself to show up no matter what. You need to remember who you are and begin acting like she matters, or he matters. Here's another reason I believe the most important of all. When you keep promises to yourself, you are the role model for others who need to see it in or for themselves. I want to role model for my kids what it looks like when you keep promises to yourself so that they, in turn, keep promises to themselves. So today, just make one promise to yourself. Make it scared, make it simple, and keep it. Then watch what unfolds. It's just waiting for you to become the person who keeps her word to herself. Thank you. And that's the reading for today. You can check out the link in the show notes. There are some other links and her blog. She has other articles. She also has a journal prompt that's related to this discussion. So perhaps I'll read those questions at the end of the reflection. Thanks for being here. That's the reading for today. This reading highlights something deceptively simple. Self-trust is built on small moments. Not the grand declarations about who we want to become, but the tiny promises we make to ourselves each day. When we repeatedly say we'll do something and then don't follow through, we quietly teach ourselves that our word doesn't matter. Over time, this erodes confidence and integrity. Not because we failed once, but because the pattern tells our mind that we cannot rely on ourselves. The idea of a double whammy here is also powerful. First comes the broken promise itself, which stalls our progress. Then comes the mental aftermath, the blame, the I should have done better, the internal criticism that drains energy and motivation. Instead of moving forward, we get stuck in cycles of disappointment. Understanding this pattern can help us interrupt it, not by becoming perfect, but by becoming intentional about the commitments we make to ourselves. Keeping promises to yourself, even small ones, rebuilds self-trust step by step. When you follow through on a simple commitment, waking up when you said you would, taking a walk, making time for something meaningful, you send a different message to yourself. I matter, and my words matter. Over time, these small acts create a foundation of confidence and integrity. The goal isn't perfection. It's alignment between what you say and what you do. As we go on to the journal prompts today, what is one small promise I can realistically keep to myself today, and why does it matter to me? And number two, when I break promises to myself, what thoughts or self-criticisms usually follow? How could I respond with self-compassion instead? Number three, how might my life change if I consistently treated my commitments to myself as sacred and worthy of respect? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please find a place where you can be comfortable and undisturbed. where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Just take some time to listen to yourself. Next, be sure that you are taking some time to be with your breath to connect with your body. Don't be disturbed or overwhelmed by your thoughts. Simply allow them to pass. Just observe them. Do not engage with your thoughts. Only be mindful of them passing as if they are drifting down a river. Use this time to connect with yourself. Whatever time of day you are listening to this, Namaste.